Hello everyone and welcome back to Salem 2. This video is a special one because it's my Christmas gift to all of you. I hope you enjoy! Sadly I had to make two videos because my CPU fan isn't strong enough to cool down the processor, so I had to separate it into two parts. Here is the second part in case you want to watch it as well. Okay, let's start. In this game you are going to play as a Seer and find a lot of enemies. Oh no, I'm number 6 on the list. This is not good. I should ask for a TP. I say TP on me please. TI claim day 1. 3 says by having this name Coven are less likely to attack me. Or does it work in the reverse? Mind games are fun and their name is Coven Magnet. Okay, let's check 1 and 15 because I don't think 15 gets to claim day 2 very often, so that's why I like to check 7 on the top of the list with 7 on the bottom of the list, and 1 and 15 are perfect candidates for that. I'm so sad that we didn't have any fools in December when it comes to, Christmassy time. We had Troll and instead, so my name is Missing Gamba. Okay, so 1 and 15 are enemies. Good to know. Oh, 1 is dead. Well. Rest in peace to 1, the baker that was stabbed by a serial killer. So we have multiple Apocalypse members. Good to know, good to know. 4 says their tracker, they tracked me to 1 and 15. I whispered to them that 1 and 15 are enemies. Rest in peace to 11, the soul collector that is disconnected from life. Oh, that doesn't look good for Baker when the teammate left them. Rest in peace to 12, the berserker that was killed by the Coven. Oh no, the Apocalypse got destroyed. I whispered to 4, so at least 15 is not Apocalypse. If there is a PB out there, they're screwed. 4 says, all neutral Apocalypse got nuked. 10 says, and there goes Apocalypse. 5 says the 2 has trespassing and murder. I say that 1 and 15 are enemies. 7 says, are you kidding me? 8, no place for a book here. 5 says, we get 2 here. 15 claims town support. 5 posts that 2 has trespassing and murder. 4 says, so 2, what are you? 5 says, 2 is probably SK. 15 says, I guess retribution is full claim because I'm enemies. I say 15 is confirmed not a POC. 9 says, what's 1 and 15 by the way? 15 says, oh, never mind. I say 1 is dead. 9 says, ah, right. 13 claims psychic. They say 11 and 4 are good. 9 says, guessing time. Doomsayer claim. 8 says, okay, so 15 is not a POC. 10 says, TP here. 2 says, that's false. 4 says, can you use me with investigator? I say, okay. And someone said, imagine that he's PB and C is fake. I got checked to 2 different people. I can't be fake. Unless there is a confirmation play between me and 4, Okay, so they claim bodyguard on me. 5 says, Exi push is an easy excuse. 8 says, it's a 1 for 1. 3 says, I'm Coven killing. TK. Oh, 3. Oh, 3. Oh, that was an Exi push. Oh well. That's unlucky for town. There was an actual bodyguard. I'm so sorry too. They even guarded me. 14 says 3. Oh, the Freudian sleep. Oh. 7 says not surprised. Okay, so let's check 4 and 3. 3 is very suspicious to me after they said that they're coven killing instead of town killing. So let's check 4 and 3. And let's write down that 15 is not neutral apocalypse. I'm not surprised, they're enemies. Is 4 alive? Yeah, 4 alive, so let's whisper them. Rest in peace to 10, the bodyguard. They were killed by the coven. 2 bodyguards are down without defending their targets. That's tragic. They also went on me. That's so cute. 4 says, well, 15 is maybe a real retributionist. 13 says, 4, 7, 8, evil. I say 3 and 4 are enemies. 15 says, retributionist, raise bodyguard on 3. 14 says, the bodyguard massacre of 2025. 4 says, track 15 to 2. 3 says, uh-oh, I shot 4, defense are good. Why would you shoot 4 when... 4 says, who was confirmed Seer. 13 says, well, 4 is good, so 3 is evil. 4 says, 3, you're fake AF. I say, get 3 here. 9 says, 3 and 7, please. Oh, and we have Marshal. Nice! And they know who to hang. That's amazing. So let's get 3 first. Mwahaha! It backfired. 13 says we don't have a claim from 8 yet, and it's a 1-4 between 7 and 8. 15 says, in any case, I don't blame if you hang me. 15 says 8 claim TK. 15 says 7 claim TK too. Seven says, you morons, don't even discuss. 8 attacked me, by the way, last night. Either in Aso. So 3 was coven. They were pushing master. That's not... 9 says, you didn't even say it early. 14 says, no, 8 is innocent. He's honorary coven. Watch your mouth. Oh, so 7 was Aso. And 14 openly claimed coven. 4 says, so 8 is serial killer. 8 says, bruh. 15 says, I'm about to get hung so hard. I was eating a sandwich. Okay, let's check 13 and 14. This town is so evil. I think they will kill 15 because 15 can protect me or Marshal. Or 4. So 8 is serial killer. 13 claims psychic. I don't know whether I trust that or not. 14 is coven. They claim TP, but they are coven. Oh, I'm not surprised that 13 and 14 are enemies. I keep finding enemies. This town doesn't get along. Rest in peace to 8. They were killed by the bodyguard. Let's go! So I think 15 protected someone. Cav also revealed me night 1. Bruh. 4 says that they tracked 14 to 15. Yeah, I expected that to happen. Rest in peace to our retributionist. They played well. Oh, they raised bodyguard on 9. Nice. 4 shares that 14 went to 15. I share that 13 and 14 are enemies. 14 says, no, 8. 9 says, 14, post will. Well. 13 says, well, 14 is last coven. 14 says, 9, are you really that corny? I admitted to being coven yesterday. 9 says, I don't know. 14 says, 8 was our 3rd coven member. 9 says, I didn't see, but yeah. 14 says, how dare you do that to him? 9 says, well... 7 claimed he got attacked by 8, so I don't know. Oh, by the way, that's a good move by the Marshal, because Psychic is not confirmed. Forces, and we said 8 is serial killer. Obviously 14 hangs here. Literally, Tarnation we were supposed to do. All the epoch dead immediately. There were no buffers. I say unlucky. Forces, you killed them all. GG's! I say poor got wiped off early. Okay, let's jump into another game. In this game we are going to play as a Monarch and knight a very I know it is going to be a very risky one, but it paid off. Hope you enjoy! Okay, so we are number 5 on the list, which is low-key dangerous. 10 says, Day 1 prosecutor claim, TP lookout, Reed has no balls. 1 says, hey. 10 says, any TP lookout, not on me, hangs tomorrow. 2 says, everyone claim right now, full claim. 15 says, 4 is evil. 2 says, JK, don't lol. Okay, so obviously I'm not knighting knight 1 because you don't know who is evil and who is good. And 10 seems to be baiting, so... They claim town power, but they could be a veteran baiting, you never know. Okay, so 7 claims NK right off the bat. Sometimes these claims are jokes, but sometimes they aren't, and you have to be careful. Yay, we lived! Nice! Rest in peace to 11, they got stoned, so we have a Medusa. Thirteen says, Knight 1, 6 visited 9, 15 claims roadblocked, 9 claims roadblocked, 4 says roadblocked, I'm gonna get a name changer because no way I'm getting hard targeted these many games in a row. 7 claims TS right now, I claim TS, 10 says 1, 2, 1 says I don't need this roll, town power, 2 claims TP, 9 claims TS, 10 says 5, 6, 8 says their lookout and 13 wasn't visited, 4 claims TP, 10 claims pros, 10 says okay we get 2 first, I claim TS, 10 says they were a TP not on me, 2 says huh? TP, 10 says hang 2 right now, slow on 2, slow! Yeah, we need 8 votes and only 3 people voted for them. And someone is splitting on town support claim below. Okay, this is coven for sure. 10 says these are your coven. 10 is 100% coven. Okay, so let's write down the claims. 1 claims town power. What is 6? 6 didn't write anything. 8 claims lookout. Okay, so this is gonna be risky, but I want to knight 10 because They could be a veteran because they seem to be, very aggro. Yep, I was killed by the veteran I visited. At least now they're confirmed. They have an extra vote. It says, what the fuck is this game, bro? My record. Force says, yeah, I'm definitely getting a name changer. I claim process veteran. That's bottle I'm throwing. Force says, I was targeted by burst and VM. As he said, not reportable. For was a doomsday, they were destroyed by a berserker. Rest in peace. I was shot by a veteran. Force says, well, I'm reporting 15 and that other person for targeting me. Oh my gosh, the Crusader was shot by a veteran as well! No! Rest in peace to aid the Crusader. Force says, why was Cruz on Tampower claim? I say true. Rest in peace to 9, the evil eye, they was shot by a veteran. Force says, so 15 is obviously Burrs. I say, at least Baker is out, but oh my god! Force says, who was just wreck hunting. Rest in peace to 14, the Medusa, they were killed by a Crusader, they were also shot by a veteran. I say, lol, poor Medusa. 9 says, first game as Baker, and that happens. I say, unlucky 9. 12 says, silence, Night 1, send help. 10 says, 14 did it vote 2. 10 says, I'm confirmed now. 13 says, tracker, 3 visited 6. 10 says, 2 is Coven. 1 says, I'm town. 13 says, Jesus, veteran. 6 says, Vet is angry. 10 says, vote up 2. 2 says, 14 is dead, you're good. 10 says, I'm confirmed, veteran. 14 didn't vote 2 yesterday. 13 says, Vet just killed half the game. 13 says, double Vet, 6 and 10. 10 says, so 2 is confirmed Coven. 12 says, yeah, getting 2 right now. 10 says, TP, they didn't visit me. 10 says, Coven didn't vote him. 1 says, lol, what do I do? 3 says, 2, what is your full claim? 7 says, so we up 2. 13 says, oh, my bad. Two says, didn't even get a chance. Nine says, bro, what are they doing to this guy? 2 says, well, there goes my will. 3 says, huh? 2 says, love control V. 10 says, yeah, no will. 10 says, guilty. 2 says, whatever. I say, to be fair, this was upped very slowly yesterday, but might be onto something. 10 says, you got saved by a sleepy town. 2 says, lol. 3 says, let's see. 2 was a poisoner. Nice. 10 says, yep, we saw. Crazy. I say, veteran was right. 10 says, how I called it. 3 says, expected a random TP, not gonna lie. 7 says, is 10 even time power? 10 says, 14 didn't vote him. Well, 10 is confirmed to veteran. Do people not read their wills? Rest in peace to 13, they were Black Bearer and killed by the Coven, so we still have 1 more apocalypse, at least, or 2, because 13 didn't have defense. 10 says, there is no read, I want full claims. 10 says, 1, you claim time power, what time power? 1 says, hey. 10 says, there is no jailer. 1 says, yeah. 10 says, 615, have not claimed all game. 1 says, wanna see? 10 says, 1, what time power are you? 12 says, red, gonna be protecting the night. 15 says, I'm GP. 1 says, are you town? 15 says, 1 is fake. 10 says, okay, we get 15 next. 10 says, 1, if you are pros or something, kill 6. 7 says, I'm guessing since Doom is dead. 10 says, and then we vote 15. 6 claims Tavern Keeper. 7 says, I can full claim as red. And there is a prosecutor. Nice! They prosecuted 6. 13 says, I got 11 infects in one night. If I live, I was pestilence. Yeah, a little crazy. I say, that's insane. Why did they prosecute the Tavern Keeper when Poisoner is dead? What? 10 says, honestly, I would have waited and gotten 15 first, after he claimed Tavern with Poisoner dead. 12 says, 3 might be silenced like I was. 10 says, 1, I'ma be real, you should have waited. 1 says, 10, you suck. What? 10 did say who you should prosecute. That's on you. Ten says, anyway, we get 15 next. 1 says, I'm sorry, 6. For fuck's sake. 10 says, 1, vote 15. Please, it's 15. "15 says, really? Whatever, GG. Ten says, there is Berserker and Coven left, so pretty high chance this is evil. 1 says, 10, you're Coven, aren't you? Oh my gosh, 10 is confirmed veteran. 10 says, no, 10. I'm confirmed veteran. 12 says, 10 is veteran. 1 says, okay. 10 says, I shot 4 people. Guilty. 7 says, I'm pretty sure 15 is a poke. 10 says, 6 was a donation up from his part. I say, 1 doesn't read the chat or what? 10 says, 15 can be Jester for all I care, to be honest. 13 says, man, we were so close. And this was a Berserker. Nice. 7 says, hey. 12 says, nice. 13 says, if Coven didn't attack, we won. 10 says, so it's 7 or 3. 13 says, bad luck. I say, that just happens sometimes. Especially, you know, when you are a double APOC and your partner gets killed night 1 and you are a solo APOC. I hate that when that happens. I say, APOC with 0 defense is tough. Oh my gosh, no one was killed. 3 says that okay, so they roadblocked 7. 13 says 3 says I cockblocked the Berserker twice, haha. 10 says you got roadblocked as 3 says I was roadblocked and silenced yesterday. 10 says 7, can you confirm you got roadblocked? 3 says it says I have a high tolerance, but I couldn't speak and protect 6. 3 says so 7 is VM and GG's. Ten says 1, did you lose pros? Yes. 12 says seems fair. Okay, so 7 was voted up to trial. 10 says 1, can you speak for me? Like, say hi. 3 says, this TS claim does not even have a fake claim. That's some kind of invincible defense. They didn't speak at all. 3 says, 1 is maybe silenced and Retri protected them. It's my guess. Ten says, then how did Voodoo leave? And this was a jinx. 3 says, true, only TP is Cruz. 3 says, oh, so 12 is the VM. 3 says, I'm roadblocking 12. 3 says, we got it anyways. Okay, so carbon killing was roadblocked. 10 says, so 1. 1 says, hi. 3 says, and boom goes the dynamite. 12, why didn't you kill yesterday? 10 says, did you get silenced? 1 says, yes. 3 says, yeah, 12 is fake. 10 says, did you have Cruz protect you? 1 says, no. 10 says, so 12 is fake. 3 says, VM is confirmed on the list, so 12 has literally no space. 10 says, and 7 had book, but got all blocked. GG. Another game of veteran 1. 1 says, GG, sorry 6. Why detonation? Deucer? Why the fuck did you? Visit the obvious Tarnation veteran. 10 says it was 2 for 2 and all CP claims were fake other than 8. 3 says, I mean, you did confirm people pretty quickly, but at the cost of their lives, lol. 10 says, I was right, 2 was fake. 3 says, 12, why didn't you attack yesterday? 10 says, 15 was fake, all TP claims were fake. 10 says, because 3, because 7 had book and you roadblocked 7. 3 says, oh, nice. 12 says, I wasn't moving anyway. Three says, I blocked Berserker attack twice and Coven killing twice as well. 3 says, I'm the best Tavern TP. They were Tavern though. I say claiming town power as veteran is insane though. GG. 10 says GG. 3 says it was indeed. I say well played town. 3 says lol. 10 says it won us the game though. 1 says GG. Here are all the roles that we've had in this game, and let's jump into another one. We are going to have a perfect Marshal game. Hope you enjoy! I gotta say, I am scared to play as a town power because there is so much pressure on you to be perfect, and if you make a mistake, the whole town is flaming you. So, okay, so 14 asks for TP LO. I'm not gonna ask because I want to stay hidden as long as possible, and then Tribunal. It says don't TP LO on him. 6 says everyone DM me your roles. 11 says that they're an admirer with Town Protective Obsession. And I think I want Tribunal day 2 unless we have some very good leads, because it's very risky to Tribunal day 2. You may have good luck and execute 2 evils, but very frequently it's one town you one evil, so I don't want to Tribunal that early. Wait, why did 14 die? Did no TPs go on them? Okay, so we have a Medusa. If there is an amnesiac, they will probably get this good roll. 2 says VFA, 1 says TIs, 8 says lol, I was an obvious wet bait. I say anytime investigative. 8 says Wyvern TPs on 14, 4 says 8 is Arso, 13 says can I corner a stoner? I say yes. 2 says how do you know 4? 4 says no, you are Arso. 8 says are you PM4 or witch or what? 4 says I am the Arso hunter. 8 says you didn't even visit me, I alerted. 1 says Marshal get both 4 and 8. 8 says just get 4. 8 says randomly accusing me. 13 says 10 really? 2 claims TS, 4 claims TS. 4 says I claimed TS. Two says you might as well full claim since you are accusing 8 of being Arso. 4 says amnesiac. Okay, so that's fake because you have a role. 8 says also TS claim in Medusa game? Nah. 2 says what was 14? 11 says Amni with the stone townie. 4 says wow. 12 crowd. 8 says he should have transformed, probably Exy on me. I say not even just, shaking my head. This was a werewolf. Nice. 2 says what was that? 11 says Exy on an NK. Okay, maybe we hunt for some claims. Okay, so one hasn't claimed. 3 didn't claim as well. 5 didn't claim. 6 didn't claim. 7 didn't claim. We should be FA tomorrow. Okay, so 7 roll-blocked me. Rest in peace to 9. Oh, rest in peace to 2. They were stoned. Rest in peace to 3. The wildling. They were mauled by a werewolf. They also were planted by a pirate. So probably there's a second werewolf, because I don't think a necro would attack the coven member with a werewolf. Rest in peace to 9, the deputy. They were mauled by a werewolf. So probably 3 went on 9, and that's how they got mauled by a werewolf. Plus potential 7 and 6. I say roadblocked. I'm town support. 7 says double werewolf. 8 says TS can't be roadblocked. What TS can be roadblocked? 5 says did 1 claim. 11 says 1 is TP. 5 says I am TP. So many TPs and you let 14 die. 6 says well I'm town killing. 12 says what's 7? 8 says only admirer. 7 claims TP. 5 asks 10. I claim TS. 12 says a TP that didn't claim Roblox Night 1 alternation doubted. 13 says I would be careful, they might have that dream roll or something. 12 says 7 didn't claim Roblox Night 1. Okay, so 12 is Tavern Keeper or Poisoner. Seven says, everyone else claims TP, but no one bats an eye. I claim TP and I am the victim. 12 says, it's not the TP claim, Han. 8 says, nice pet chicken with a magician's hat. What's his name? 11 says, that's not the point. Someone's saying you didn't claim Roblox. 7 says, also yes, I was Roblox. 12 says, well, that's on you. 8 says, someone claimed TS and then claimed Roblox. Who was that? I say, me. 8 says, why are you full claiming Admirer? Rest in peace to Seven, the Plague Bearer. I say, nice. 13 says, yay. Okay, so I will probably reveal tomorrow. 6 claims TK. Okay, so 15 is Pirate. 13 claimed Coroner, I think. So says, RB'd 5. 5 says, I was Robloxed. 1 says, I've been dreamweaved. I say, anyone RB'd? 8 says, info. 8, no way. I say, what's 11? 8 says, 11 claims TS. 8 says, has anyone else been dreamweaved other than 1? 12 says, personally, I don't think 1 is real. 11 says, 1 is real. 5 says, did 10 claim? 1 says, whatever you're thinking, 8, you are wrong. 12 says, but 5 was RB'd with no coven kills. 8 says, yeah, our Dreamweaver has the book and he attacked 1, and 1 lived somehow. Okay, let's reveal and start a tribunal. Let's get, I say 15 claim. Let's get 13. Thirteen says Coven has a PM. 1 says I'm Cleric and 11 claims Admirer who has me as his obsession. I say get 5 next. Five claims Doc. What in the town of Salem 1 is that? 12 says who IRB boss? I whisper to 5 Doc doesn't exist in town of Salem 2. 12 says who IRB boss? I say to 12 maybe 6. Okay, so Pirate leaves. Goodbye, Pirate. So 14 was Maya. Okay, so 13 was Serial Killer. I say TP on me. 11 says, can you tell me that visits, please visit 1. And 5 was Medusa. I say 2 out of 2. Nice. 12 says Pog. 8 says double tribuning. 1 says it's fine 11, we win regardless tomorrow. Okay, so who voted Medusa? 8, 1, 11. So I did good saying that the Diamond Keeper should Roblox 6. Rest in peace to 12, the Tavern Keeper. 8 claims Veteran. I don't think that's true. I whispered to 6, which TK? 8 says, anyways, 1 claims to be Dreamweaved. I don't know if that's in game. 1 whispers, 6 is Last Evil. 8 says, and 6 claims to be TK, but he hasn't been confirmed. 8 says, he's not like a VG who shot, you know. 1 says, poor 6. 11 says, Dreamweaved and attacked. 1 says, everyone else is confirmed. 8 says, I mean, I'm in the same boat. But I believe Towns hangs. I say 8, 1, 11 voted Medusa, by the way. 6 didn't. 8 says, so here's a free hang. 6 says, well, I'm werewolf. 1 says, Tribunal, start with 6 and in doubt get 11 too. 6 says, hang me, Coven wins. 8 says, I think 1 is lying about being Dreamweaved then. And there is another Tribunal. Okay, so let's get 6. It says, how did 11 survive? 11 says, 8 next, I'm Admirer for 1. 8 says, Dreamweaver, attack. 8 says, nah. 8 says, Rip got outplayed by Admirers. I say, Admirer gets powerful defense. 1 says, Lavamau, that was Dreamweaver. 1 says, Dreamweaver gun. I say, nice. And we won this game, GG! 8 says, annoying, GG's. 11 says, 1, which TP? 14 says, we had Cleric. 1 says, yeah, I was Cleric. Why didn't you go on 14? Why? 1 says, oh, nice. Here are the roles that we've had in this game. Thank you so much for watching this video. Here are the ones that might interest you as well. And Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. See you soon in the next video.